Hello, take 3. I'm back and we've worked out the technical issue. So Clara's joining from Unica Fertility Clinic now. We're going to talk about donor conception. Thanks to all of those who were joining before. Please come back because it's going to be a great chat. Hi, everyone who's joining. So if you've got any questions, please feel free to add them to the comment box. Unica will also talk about the fact that they are giving away a free round of IVF as part of our Fertility Clinics versus COVID initiative, which is running at the moment. So if you head to the link's in the bio, you can apply now before the 10th of March for an opportunity to potentially receive a free round of treatment. Hi, Clara.
Hello, everyone. I'm so sorry. I was trying it on my computer and then I was told that it only works on my phone. Sorry about
Yeah,
that.
no, it's fine. Tech issues happen, but you're here now, so that's brilliant. So I was just introducing Unica Fertility Clinic in the Czech Republic, and you are Clara. Please could you tell us a bit about your patient coordinator role, and then we'll start talking a bit about donor conception and the questions that you get and the cases that you see and the considerations people should have. And then we'll talk a little bit about the generous free round of IVF that you're kindly giving as part of our initiative, which is happening on our website at the moment.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for, I'm sorry about my delay. I would like to just quickly introduce myself. I am the treatment coordinator for Unica, the IVF clinic. I am based in Prague and I am the treatment coordinator for mainly English and also Italian speaking patients. And we are based in Prague, the capital of Czech Republic, and also Brno, which is one of the second biggest city, I think, in the Czech Republic. And we are really grateful and we appreciate the fact that we can be part of your project, which is amazing. And especially, you know, during the COVID pandemic, I know that it gets a lot harder for patients to travel in general. All of the COVID tests that are involved, I have to say that it must be, you know, the IVF treatment as it is stressful enough. So of course, adding the COVID pandemic, it just gets worse. And so that's what we're here for, basically. We take over the patients, we help them out, we give them all of the information needed, we answer their questions over email. They can call us as well, and we are kind of like the connection in between the patient and the doctor. So of course, the patients, if they have medical questions, then of course we have to talk to the doctors first. So we talk to the doctor and then we go back to the patients as soon as we can, of course, and we just try to support them emotionally, and also you know, the fact that we want them to feel welcome and we want them to feel safe as well. So yeah, so that's pretty much the main role of any coordinator that works for an IVF clinic.
So for people who are traveling, say from the UK to the Czech Republic to have treatment, obviously that's very tricky right now, but generally, do you help with the coordination in terms of dates, timings, considerations, preparation, medication, that kind of thing?
Yes, definitely. So of course it depends on what kind of treatment you go through, because the timing is slightly differs treatment to treatment. But of course we do try to help them out even with their flight tickets if they would like us to. We do have a whole accommodation list with hotels and places where that we actually check every month if just to make sure our clients can use them. We also have some discounts on those as well. And we just try to help them out as much as we can. Of course, certain stuff we cannot really say in advance. With certain treatments, we try to give them estimated guesses for the dates, but of course they can differ even according to the ultrasounds and stuff like that. But we try our best to kind of, yeah, let them know about the dates in advance, especially now during the pandemic.
And I think that's the thing to note for the free round of IVF that you're giving away as part of the global campaign that's running on our website, is that people shouldn't be worried about the travel restrictions at the moment, because those have been taken into consideration in terms of the redemption. So don't worry about not being able to get there right now. And also, just generally, if people want to have treatment abroad, there are things that they can start doing at the moment, aren't there, to prepare for when they can fly again?
Definitely. In general, we try to collect, all of the information needed in general for our patients. So of course now, with patients from England, we know how it works. We know they have to have a PCR test before flying. Then if they fly through Amsterdam or Frankfurt, they have to have the fast COVID test at the airport, and they get to Prague, they have to quarantine for 5 days. However, they can leave their place or their hotel for medical reasons. So, which means they can actually come over to the clinic. And there also is a possibility for all of our clients to have the COVID tests done at our clinic as well.
Mm-hmm.
Process for them to go back to England.
Amazing. And just thinking about the topic for tonight, donor conception, because I'm sure, get a lot of overseas patients coming for donor conception. In terms of people making that decision to look into that option, generally, how long would you say that people tend to try with their own eggs or sperm before they move in onto that option?
Mm-hmm. So in general, this is very individual. So first of all, what we do with our patients, they have to fill out a medical questionnaire, which means we have their medical history, if there's any genetic issue, anything that could be possibly an obstacle for us as as a clinic to be able to go forward with the treatment. Um, of course, the main factor is the age. The doctor will definitely recommend the therapy that they feel like would have the highest success rate for the patients. Of course, moving on, from the IVF treatment onto either it's donated eggs or the sperm. It's a big decision for any couple, for any patients. Of course, I know that it's a difficult process to go through, but the doctor will always recommend the type of a treatment that we feel like will be the most suitable for the patients.
Mm-hmm.
But it is a little. I mean, I understand the fact that moving on to this type of a therapy might be difficult, but I think that the donor program in general at our clinic is very sensitive. We take it very seriously. We are very picky about all of our donors. They go through many tests, genetic testing, as well as going through a gynecologist, of course, and they go through different medical interviews with our psychologist. So we try to make it, as safe as possible for the patient.
Mm-hmm. That's great. And do you do embryo donation as well?
Yes, we do.
Embryo adoption. Okay. And if people are looking into any kind of sperm donation or egg donation or embryo donation over in Czech Republic, what do they need to consider, and what's the process in terms of selecting a donor, and how involved can they be? Tell us more about it.
Mm-hmm. So regarding the therapy with, let's say, donated eggs or sperm, of course, we do have different types of packages that we can offer for our patients. But in general, we do try to find the best match when it comes to the donor itself. So we do try to match, of course, the general characteristics such as their hair color, eye color, weight, height, of course, a blood group, if that's what the patients will wish to have as well. So, of course, they tell us about their hobbies, the way they are, if they would like, more of an active person, or kind of we try to simply match the patients as if we were matching the potential baby, of course. So the matching process is very we take it, yeah, as I said, very seriously. And we are very picky about the donors. So the first part would be, of course, every single couple goes through a consultation. If they decide to go with donated eggs, then the process starts by the patients basically telling us what they wish to have, or what they wish to kind of the donor to look like. And then my colleague who takes care of the donor program, she picks the donor. Of course, we do have a package where you can actually choose from 3 and up to 5 profiles. Only profiles, because the donor program is strictly anonymous in the Czech Republic, which is given by law. So the bright part of it would be definitely the fact that the donors will never be able to contact the patients, which I think is very safe, as it is for the donor, as for the patients, because of course we don't really. I feel like it's more safe for both sides, that they can't really make any connection in between the donor and the patients.
So the patient doesn't select the donor, you guys do that on their behalf, is that right?
We do have a standard package where we pick the best matching donor for the patients. Then we do have an exclusive one where they can choose from 3 profiles. So we do send
But
3.
without pictures, yeah.
Yeah, no pictures, and they cannot see any medical history of the
Right.
donor, because as we, it's just against the law. So it's not possible for any clinic in the Czech Republic in general. And so they can pick, the profile that they feel like would suit them the most, which I think it's nice for the patients. They kind of feel like they're part of the process, of picking their own donor. But yeah, as I said, there are never no pictures involved.
So for the ones where they can see a little bit of the donor, what kind of attributes or physical things or personality or traits would they be able to know about at that stage?
So they would definitely, we do tell them about their hair color, eye color, height, weight, and blood group, and also kind of what they're like. If they're active, they do some sports, if they, I don't know, play guitar, kind of what they're like, but that's it.
Mm-hmm. And in terms of egg donation versus sperm donation, do you see similar numbers, or would you say that there's more egg donation versus sperm donation?
From my experience as a coordinator, it's more of the egg donation.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
And what does that look like for people who might be coming over for donation from overseas? Like, how does that work in terms of preparation before coming to you
Mm-hmm.
and all the logistics that come with it?
I do have patients from the United States and from Canada. Well, it usually these patients come over for a longer period of time. So they would even come for their ultrasound, which is around the 10th day of their cycle, and they just stay until the transfer. So it definitely is a little longer. It's a longer trip. Of course, it's different with patients who come from Germany, because that's of course very close, so they can just come and go in one day.
Mm-hmm.
For patients from the United States, it's a lot harder. So they would come for about 3 weeks. They kind of make a trip out of it, and we try to fit it all in the 2-week period. So, because of course not everyone can take a month off. So
No, exactly.
try to plan it, especially with patients who are coming or traveling from far away. We try to kind of tell them about the dates as much as we can in advance.
Mm-hmm. So my husband and I had IVF with sperm donation abroad, and so hearing you talk about the support from a coordinator point of view is so key, because it can be quite overwhelming, mapping out the timings yourself and the flights, etc. So if you're having your hand held with those bits, it's one less thing to worry about, isn't it, when it's already quite, well, a very stressful time.
Yeah, definitely. I think in general, this is what the role of a coordinator, that's what it's for.
Hmm.
Kind of feel like we want them to feel welcome and safe, and we want them to feel like they can talk to us about anything because it is IVF. It is a serious process they're going through, and of course they want it to be successful, and we know that, and we try our hardest to make it happen, but of
Hmm.
not guarantee this. Unfortunately, this is the type of business where you have no guarantees, but we definitely do try and even just support them. Even if, a quick call sometimes makes a big difference.
Oh
Just
yeah, definitely.
like, oh, it's gonna be okay, and just let me know what you worried about the most, and we will figure it out.
Hmm. Exactly. Just having that contact and knowing you've got support there is amazing. Um, and so do you see a lot more people coming from the US than you do the UK, or is it kind of similar?
No, I definitely do have patients from the UK and Ireland the most.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. And I guess, well, I know, and you can talk a bit more about this, but a lot of people may come from overseas because of the fact that the donors are anonymous. Is that right? So is there a bigger selection than perhaps elsewhere?
Definitely. I mean, the patients, if they really do decide to go with a treatment with donated eggs, I think this is the biggest question for them to uh, to to realize what kind of donation you are the most comfortable with.
Hmm. Yeah.
So definitely, I know in the United States, they even have open donations, which I think each treatment or each country has its own disadvantages and advantages. But of course, I mean, in the Czech Republic, we do have to respect the fact that, given by law, it's anonymous, and they will never ever be contacted by the donor. But I that's simply the way it is. So that's what I'm used to. But I do know that that it can work differently, and I think it's just the question for the couple themselves, what they feel the most comfortable with.
Hmm. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. There are lots of considerations, aren't there? And as you said, it's such a personal decision, which
It's
changes between every person.
the each couple, and of course each client, I take very individually. So I kind of see the way they communicate, and then slowly I pick up on things. I know what they're the most sensitive about, and I try to just kind of even change the way I communicate according to what they feel the most comfortable with, and just try to make it, yeah, as smooth as possible.
So, what happens after the transfer in the Czech Republic? Do overseas patients tend to go home and then do the 2 week wait at home and then test in their country and then they ring you with the result?
Yes, since I only work with patients from abroad, they do leave after the transfer, usually a couple of days after the transfer, and in 2 weeks approximately, they do the blood test at their local gynecologist or doctor, and they just send me the results or they call me. So I always, when I see the emails, I always just hope
Get
for the
nervous. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
the exciting part of the process, which is, at the very end. So, yeah, I do not get to see him anymore. So I don't
Mhm.
really get to, share the joy anymore. But we do talk, and I do have patients who stay in touch until the whole pregnancy is done, and even they send me pictures afterwards, which is very sweet. And I always
Mhm.
do that.
Yeah. And just thinking about the COVID times at the moment, how is Unica operating for those, during these restrictions?
So we do, of course, respect all of the restrictions that are given by the government. So we do wear masks. We do use the hand sanitizing. Of course, we try to keep our distances. We do respect all of that, but we're fully operating. We do have patients come in every day from all over the world, pretty much. We try to kind of you know, make it possible for the patients, because I know that it's really hard to travel, and I haven't traveled myself. So I don't know. I mean, I can only, tell from their experience when they come over. I always ask how hard it was and if there's anything that I could have done better, or but we are open and fully operating as a clinic.
Mm-hmm. So people just need to take into consideration the quarantine.
Yes, yes. Mostly, yeah, as I said, it really depends. It's different for patients who can drive. That gets a lot easier. That makes the whole process a lot easier. But yeah, with my patients from Ireland or the UK, they of course want to fly, and so that makes it harder. But it is possible. I mean, I do have patients, and they just have to get the COVID tests done. But
It's
it is possible for sure.
Mm-hmm. If anyone's got any questions about donor conception or the process, then send them over. And I just wanted to say that it was such a lovely response, because when I approached Unica about being part of this initiative that we're doing at the moment with the free treatment, straight away it was like, yes, we would love to do that, because we really want to help give back to, a couple who have been impacted by this awful pandemic. So it's such a nice thing to have clinics uniting to help, hopefully change some people's lives for the better and give back some hope to the community. So
Well,
thank you so much for that.
we were definitely really honored to be able to be part of the project. Even, to be able to help patients or any couple that could be possibly chosen. But in general, I think that we definitely appreciate the opportunity.
And I think what's nice is you have so much expertise, and the Czech Republic has become very renowned, hasn't it, as a destination for fertility. So
Yeah.
to be able to offer this as an option for anyone who's local or overseas is fantastic. I
Yeah.
think someone's asked a question, so I'm just going to see. Someone's asked, are you able to match Asian patients with donors?
Unfortunately not. Our donors are from the Czech Republic, because they do have to have insurance in the Czech Republic. So that actually gets very tricky, and we do have patients that you of course that you will find in the Czech Republic. So it would be Caucasian white.
So do you get requests a lot from different people around the world for different scenarios or ethnicities, or you must see that a lot, that it's sometimes hard to pair people with a donor that might work for them?
Well, we try to talk to the patients from the very beginning once they are sure about the fact that they would like to have the donated eggs. So of course we have to tell them the rules that we have to follow that
Yeah.
are by the government, by the law of the Czech Republic. Of course, we wouldn't be able to go against that, and then we just have to tell them what we can offer as a clinic.
Mm-hmm.
If they feel comfortable with it, then we just
That's the option.
but of course it would be harder for us to have of course the Asian donors are simply not here really.
And do you think the laws will change anytime soon?
The donors.
Yeah, in terms of the anonymity, and
I don't think so. I don't think so.
because it's the same in Spain, isn't it?
I think it's been like that as far as I remember ever since, and I just feel like it just works. Somehow I feel, well, the feedback I get from my patients is they actually feel more safe and comfortable with the fact that they know they will never be contacted. I think that's actually, it probably would get a little different for patients who really want to, because the donors don't even get to know if there was a baby, if there was a successful pregnancy, if the eggs were even used. So I think the fact that the donor is comfortable with the fact they don't really know what happened, and the patients feel more comfortable because they know that no one will ever go and knock on your door.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think someone's just asked about ethnic backgrounds, and I presume, I'm not totally understanding the question, but I presume that the answer is not, because of the legalities in the Czech Republic around introducing other donors from other places. I presume that it has to be anonymous, and as you said, all of your donors are from the Czech Republic. So I guess that's a question. Could you have donors from somewhere else who are also anonymous, or do they have to be from the Czech Republic?
We could definitely, the thing is that they have to go, all of the donors have to go through all of the testing.
Mm-hmm.
The main factor is that they have to be suitable for being able to donate in general. So that is definitely something that every single donor has to go through. So that is individual. If the particular person goes through all of the testing and they're all good and they're willing to donate, then that's fine. But they have to have insurance in the Czech Republic.
And someone's just asked, what's the usual age bracket for the donors?
The donors are very young. There are mostly in between like 20 to 26 or 7 years old, mostly students or, young moms who had their kids when they were younger and they want to help other couples now.
And what about men, the men?
It would be the same.
Would it? So younger donors as well?
Because of course the quality of the eggs and the amount of eggs, it goes hand in hand with
Mm-hmm.
age, which the biggest factor that we have. So, of course, the donors are young.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you so much, Clara. I don't know if anyone's got any more questions, but sorry about the technical issues starting this, but we got there. And if you'd like to connect with Clara, then send me a message or you can contact Unica directly. You've also written for us, so I can put that article up on the website for people to find, the link in the bio. And of course, the free round of IVF, people can head to the website to apply for that. Last question. Can an overseas student living in the Czech Republic from, let's say, Asia qualify to be a donor?
I'm sorry, it just disconnected just for a little second.
Can an overseas student living in the Czech Republic from, let's say, Asia qualify to be a donor?
Mm-hmm. If they do have insurance in the Czech Republic and they do go through all of the testing that I've mentioned, then yes.
Cool. Great. That was so informative. Thank you, Clara. I really enjoyed speaking with you. And thanks to everyone for joining.
Thank you so much for having me.
See you soon.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, bye.